And I believe you're here to improve your nutrition. So I just want to understand a little bit about your diet at the moment and kind of what your nutrition goals are. Before we get into that, I'm just going to explain a little bit about my role. So I'm going to help guide you with nutrition and help kind of clarify any kind of goals that you have in regards to this, and to help provide insight into your goals for the future. I'll go through what your main goal is, your dietary requirements at the moment, and if they are being met. If there's anything that I can't help with, or in my opinion, if you require any further help, like a meal plan or something, then that will be my responsibility to refer you on to an accredited dietitian. So what kind of nutritions are we looking at working on?
I'm looking at losing weight and eating more healthier.
Okay. And is there anything specifically you require help with in terms of your nutritional areas in your diet?
Just my protein. I'm a carb eater. I eat too much carbs, so I'd rather go for that.
Is there anything else that you specifically need help with, in terms of any food that you eat that you don't want to eat?
Yes, I'm a sugar eater
Okay.
and a salty eater, so if I could cut out my sugars and less salty foods, that'd be beneficial for me.
Okay. So I'm just going to introduce you briefly to the Eat for Health program and go through the dietary guidelines, which I've pulled up here. So the Eat for Health, it's just the Australian Guide to Healthy Eating. It's just a guide that pretty much represents what we should be eating nutritiously to, have a healthy kind of diet.
Yes.
So you've got your grains, your cereals, your fruits, that kind of thing. You've got your vegetables and beans. You've got all like your protein, so your lean meats, your fish, your eggs, nuts and seeds. You've got milk, yogurt, like all dairy and cheeses and things like that. And then you've got your fruit.
Yes.
So in terms of the guidelines, there's 5 guidelines within the Eat for Health program. So it's achieving and maintaining a healthy weight, enjoying a wide variety of nutritious foods from these 5 food groups every day, limiting intake of foods containing saturated fat, added salt, added sugars and alcohol, encouraging, supporting and promoting breastfeeding, and caring for your food, preparing and storing it safely.
Yes.
So we're just going to have a quick look at your serving sizes at the moment. So in terms of your vegetables and beans and things like that, for your particular age group, you should be having about 5 serves per day. Do you think you would be hitting that target?
No, possibly not.
No? Okay, so that's something we could work on. For fruit, you'd be needing to hit about 2 serves per day.
Yes, I do. Yes.
For grains, for cereals, whole grain, high fiber cereals and things like that, you should be getting 4 serves.
No, I'm not.
For meat, fish, eggs and all that, you should be getting about 2.
Yes.
And for milk, yogurt, cheese and any other alternatives, you should be hitting about 4.
I'd probably have 2 of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next we're just going to go through how confident you are in changing your diet, and if you realise the importance of eating nutritiously. So are you able to tell me your past experiences with diets or changing your nutrition that didn't go so well?
Well, past experiences of being on a diet and trying to eat carefully and properly. I'm very good for a few weeks, and then if I go off the rails, I'm finished.
Okay.
So I can't get back on, and it's hard for me to reprogram myself to keep going.
Okay. So do you think it would help if we maybe introduced a food journal or some sort of vision and goals
Yes,
kind of thing?
definitely.
We could also maybe not completely cut out discretionary choices like your sugars and things like that. You could just limit them and reward yourself if you've been really good, and
Yes,
you can
that'd be great.
reward yourself that way. And then in terms of your goal and your vision for your goal, just think about maybe eating well now and then losing weight that for Christmas or summer that you may have been wanting to look at a swimsuit that you wanted to fit into. Just envisioning that goal.
Yes.
And then it's also good to recognize your strengths. So in a previous diet that went well, did you have anything that went really well that you used, like any sort of thing that contributed to that?
I think it's more mindset with me, and my head's on the right track, and I'll stick to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to go through something called a SMART goal. So a SMART goal technique is where you've got a specific goal that is clearly defined and focused. It's measurable, so are you able to achieve this or not? It's achievable, so the goal should be realistic on whether you can achieve it. it's relevant. It should be relevant to your long-term goal and vision, and it's time bound. So it's, you know, it's got to have a certain time frame as well that you can achieve it. Otherwise, you're just never going to do it.
No.
Setting target numbers is also not a bad idea either. So if you want to have, you know, certain time frames that you want to lose certain kilos in,
Yes.
you could, or certain weight, you could also do this and even put a reward system that you can reward yourself. So what do you think your smart overall goal would be?
My smart overall goal is I would like to lose 6 kilos by Christmas.
Okay.
And hopefully I can achieve that with exercise combined with nutritional eating.
And being 100% honest, do you think you'd be able to achieve this?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And by Christmas?
Yes.
Okay. So next we're just going to have a quick chat about barriers. So barriers can always pop up when you're trying to, you know, be nutritiously good. Whether this be from socially influenced, from going out to eating at restaurants and things with a lot of food, friend groups, barriers to, you know, having naughty foods in the kitchen or the household from other family members. What do you think your barriers would be?
That's the worst one for me, is for barriers in the house for naughty foods from either be it the grandkids or my husband or my daughter. Nutritionally not crash hot sometimes, and if they're there I need to eat it, otherwise if it's not there, take it out and I'll be better.
Okay, and has this previously happened in your diets
Yes.
before, and have you ever thought of ways to overcome this?
Just not have it in the house.
Okay, so other ways that you could possibly do it is
maybe have something naughty but nutritiously naughty that I could have every now and again, and not knock myself out about it.
Yeah. So it's always fine to have little setbacks here and there. You just got to make sure that you acknowledge that you had a setback and then move on the next day.
Yes.
So just to summarize and just to put in place kind of your action plan going forward, we're looking at improving certain food group servings that you're not hitting at the moment, maybe reducing other food groups that you're going a little bit too over in, lessening the intake of your discretionary foods such as your salty foods or your sweet foods and ice cream and chocolate, reducing the night snacking, which is what you previously mentioned to me. Maybe set you up with a food journal or a food diary and possibly an app like MyFitnessPal, which I can definitely show you how to use.
Perfect.
Find your own healthier version of naughty snacks so they don't make you feel so guilty and they are quite healthy for you.
Perfect.
Maybe write up some sort of vision or just envision in your head what your goals would look like, and check in weekly with me. So I'll be in touch every week at the end just to make sure how you've gone through that week. And then in 1 month's time we will review again.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Thanks so much for your help.